everybody, it's Noah and welcome back to this week's video. Today I want to share with you a really powerful lesson that I learned that I've been able to take and apply to the work that I'm doing with my own clients. Now, there was an activist out there by the name of Grandin. She was best known as an animal rights activist, and Time magazine named her one of the top 100 influential people, I believe, in 2010. And much of her work revolved around visiting hundreds of poultry farms around the United States. Now, we've all seen all the documentaries on food and everything that's happening. She would visit these farms to try and learn about how the chickens were being treated, how the chickens were being raised, how the food was being delivered to our tables. And what she realized was that these farmers had to go through these checklists of hundreds of different things just to get this tag of government certified. And she thought it was really quite crazy because she could walk into a poultry farm and instantly tell how well that farm was doing in terms of raising that poultry, how well they were doing in terms of caring for the chicken. And the way that she could do that was that she could just look at how many chickens couldn't walk. So she'd walk in and she'd take a look around and she could just see by the number of chickens that couldn't walk, how well they were doing at raising the animals on the farm. Now, how do you apply this to your own business? Well, it's really quite simple. You look for something that's perhaps not so obvious, but can be a great indicator of how well you're really doing. So a great example of this is in the restaurant industry. One of the areas you might not look is something like tips. What size of tips are your servers getting? What is being left by your customers? Because that's where they're really voting. At the end of the meal, they're voting for the experience, they're voting for the server, they're voting for the food, typically by the size of the tips. So take a look at that and ask yourself, are there areas of your business that you can look at to show you how well you're really doing? So that's it. How many chickens can't walk? That's your indicator. That's your growth tip for this week. We'll see you next week.